Hi everyone, so like I said in my last video, I am considering buying a new stock as I have money available to purchase a fourth position, so not my biggest, not my second, not my third, my fourth position. Potentially, if need be, I could probably do a fourth and fifth position, so buy two new stocks with half the shares of what would be if I put the money together and bought one share in the stock or a couple of shares in that company. I'm going to talk about some of the stocks that I've been considering, what I think about some of the stocks, and the likeliness of me getting into that stock. So pretty much a lot of these stocks on the left I probably can't get in for some reason, and the ones on the right are the ones that I'm actually considering. But I'll talk about a few reasons why, and then if you want to help me in the comments, let me know. But like I say, I'll probably buy these more than likely on some sort of dip. There's not many of the stocks I would buy now. So Adobe is a stock that I would like to get back into. Obviously, it's all-time high right now, so it's not a good time to get into that stock. So probably not. Amazon, same again. It's all-time high, so probably not a good time to get into Amazon stock. Great company though. That's why I got it on this list. Facebook, once again, it's all-time high. Great company, but not a good time to get in. Google was going to be the company I was going to invest in, but unfortunately I have to reassess things and getting the money sorted out. By the time I bought the shares, it has been up 5% in the last 2 days. So Google was going to be the company I was going to buy in. It was way behind its 52-week high, and it's just a great company. I'm a big fan of Google, and it's a bit of a shame that I can't get into that one. Apple, it's all-time high. Nvidia, pretty much near its all-time high. So great company, but I don't think I can get into that one. It's not as, I don't think it's as close as high as these, but it's very close, so it's not really a good time to be buying. Alibaba's the same, a bit like Nvidia. It's not its all-time high, but it is close, and I think there's not as much room left in that stock to grow this year, although I'm a big fan of Alibaba. I reckon I can get that at 190 at some point this year, where it's already at like $203 per share. So that's not a great time to be getting in that one, in my opinion. But the ones on the right are the ones that I'm considering. There is quite a few things that put me off on each stock, so I'll talk about them. So Monster, I think, is very undervalued. That would probably be my second one behind Google, as I've been in before. But the thing with Monster is that it's missed the last two earnings, which is worrying. I would kind of want to wait for the third earning to see if this is becoming a regular thing, and the company's starting to struggle a little bit with trying to hit these earnings. So I kind of wait for the third earning report to find out if it's something that's happening on purpose or not being run that well inside the company that they're getting these earnings missed. So that's one thing that puts me off Monster, and as well as that, it's been up 5% I think since its lows. So it's had a good couple of days, so it's not a great time to be buying it. JD, the other thing that puts me off is a Chinese company. Good opportunity to be purchasing it. I don't think there's as much room in JD right now as other stocks, but it's a company that I'm considering. More than likely it will not be the company I invest in, but you never know. Constellation Brands, a great company, great dividend. Really considering that one, but I don't believe there's that much room in it, and I don't reckon it will grow at a great pace. If we're talking about these stocks on my left, these can have the potential to be going up nearly 20% a month. I don't think Constellation Brands will probably go up 20% in a year. So that's one thing that puts me off that. But if it's a fall position, am I that bothered? It's something that I've got to think about. But quite potentially it could be a stock that I get in. As you know, I'm a big fan of the company. Baidu, the Chinese company, the one that is like the Chinese Google, a company I'm very much considering. Thing that puts me off is a Chinese company, but it is very undervalued at the moment, in my opinion. Very, very, very undervalued. It's very much off its 52-week high, which is good. I think that the revenue that it's growing at, I think it's growing at, I think the last quarter was a 69% growth, which is just insane. So I'm really considering that one. So you might see a video on that one in a little bit. Arista Networks, growing at an insane rate. It is last year's Micron, pretty much. Micron has just had a great year so far, and I think on Friday we saw the Thursday we saw the little dip from people pulling out on Micron because it got a downgrade, having its cooling off phase. Arista Networks kind of just has grown insane, and it's just had a big cooling period now. I think it's cooled down that much that it's ready to start going up now. It's had its pullback. The only thing that puts me off Arista Networks is I think I missed out on the pullback by $10 per share. So there's still a lot of room to go. I reckon there's a good $30 room for growth in that stock to make money. The only thing that another thing that puts me off is it doesn't pay a dividend, and it's quite a high PE. So one that I will consider as well. And my last one, an outside shout, was Morgan Stanley. Down big time. Constantly improving its profits, its revenue, its earnings per share. The thing that puts me off is it's a bank. Bank stocks do tend to grow no more, even in a bull market, than 30%-ish. So I don't think there's a lot of growth in that stock, which is probably not what I want really. But I will consider it into the list. So if at some point over the next few days there is a big pullback in one of these companies, more than likely it'll be one of them. But until that time, I'm probably considering these ones on my right, and I'll probably be having a very good look at all these ones on my right, and probably deciding to invest in one some point soon. Probably on a red day for the markets. It won't be. By the time I record this video, it's up. I probably wouldn't have invested in it. Just because I'm waiting for a nice red day where the Dow's down a bit, which could have been the other day, but it just didn't work out. So probably when we get a nice couple of days where the Dow and Nasdaq and S&P goes down, 2 or 3% will be one of those days. I'll be looking at purchasing these, which will happen at some point this month. It's just when and where that timing happens, where I can buy it. So we'll see what happens, guys. Let me know what you think of these stocks, and I'll see you on the next video.